Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to this introduction video of my own personal favorites in the Eurovision Song Contest by country. What does this mean? I am going to judge all countries who participated at least once in the Eurovision Song Contest and come up with a selection of the songs that I think they are the best in that specific country. For most countries I aimed for a top 10. That soon turned out to be impossible. Of course, some countries do not have 10 songs that qualify, and some countries never competed 10 times. I mean, take the Czech Republic for example. They only competed 4 times. All videos were shot in 2015, and that was after the Eurovision Song Contest took place in that specific year. So I judged all entries that came up from 1956 in the very first contest to the last contest in this year, 2015. Per country I will also give a little bit of background if I had it available at the time. And well, that is what I will do. And when all the countries were done, I will come up with my favorites of all countries together over the entire time scope that Eurovision took place in. And in that final video I will also make a list of what I believe are the worst entries. Well, that all out of the way, I shall also tell you a bit about myself before I will get on the first country. This is me. My name is Jeroen, and on several sites I'm known as Tricky. On YouTube I most of all post as The Real Tricky. That was because the name Tricky was already taken, and I had to come up with something to keep my name in order there. At the time I shot this video, that was one day before my birthday, before I would turn 40, so I am officially 39 at the point of shooting. I live in Breda, that is a city in the south of the Netherlands, not too far from the Belgian border. I like to play darts, I like to play pool, and of course I like to watch Eurovision. Aside from that, I'm also an amateur game developer, my latest project being The Secrets of Dirt, which can be downloaded freely from dirt.sourceforge.net. I'm also active as a Dutch fantasy novel writer. Until now I've only published in Dutch. I'm very interested to publish in English as well, and this is the cover of my latest novel. To find out more about me as a writer, you can check www.fantasar.nl. Enough about me. In this particular video I shall also show you some pictures about the stages used in the Eurovision. Some stages were quite remarkable. So as a little intro to what I'm all going to do, I shall show you some interesting stages. Like this one in 1961. This looks like a complete stairway into a park or to a castle. I don't know what the intention was, but I think it looks pretty well. This is one that was pretty iconic for 1969. That piece of art behind the Spanish singer in this picture. It's basically what I recognize all 69 entries by. I really wonder who created that. And a friend of mine and I agreed on it, that this piece of art could even serve well in some modern shows. Maybe not the Eurovision Song Contest anymore, but some other shows. Or that a similar piece of art, not taking into account if the material it's made of can handle that, but that it would even suit very nice on some traffic points or something in the city. It's it has something. This is the stage in 1970. I believe that should have been in the Netherlands at the time. Some nice big balls. It's quite a nice design. This stage was used in 1971. It's I'm not quite sure if I like it or hate it. It has something, I suppose. 1976, a nice bar design, which we have seen more in the Eurovision Song Contest. And yeah, well, I call this the atom design. I'm not quite sure how the designer himself calls it. This one, 1980. Right now it looks like a robot head to me, but the panels are movable, and this was one of the shapes it took place in. I don't remember in which song. This is a very nice circle pattern in 1981. And this was in 1984. This stage was quite variable. The bars could be set in many different ways, I suppose, as it was required for the song. This was for the Swedish entry, the Harrys. This 1986. It looks to me like some kind of an ice castle or something. This one was also a pretty nice design, some kind of a city, I suppose. And this, a very nice Viking ship in 1992. This was in Malmö, I believe. And well, this is also a nice design, 2010. There's one design though that I really hate. 1983. This was in Munich. This was the worst stage setup ever. First of all, the stage itself is very extremely small. We can easily see that there is not much distance between the orchestra and the stage decoration. I've heard that the Turkish entry actually suffered from that, as they had a really big setup choreography for their act, and when they learned that the stage was only this small, the choreographer had to take the plane to Munich from Ankara pretty quickly in order to come up with an alternate choreo. And the worst part of this stage is of course the decoration. It resembles some heaters. I really wonder why they came up with that. I guess they didn't have the money for a good stage decorator at the time. Even for that time, this was ugly. Um, but apparently the Germans were quite proud of this setup. Normally you would see some little videos between all the acts in which the new country which is going to get on stage is a bit introduced. In this year you would just see the stage decoration in close up with a few flashing lights and only with the name of the country in 3 languages, German, English and French, on screen. I really wonder why that getup was chosen at the time. And that is it for all the introductions. And very soon I will upload the first video, and then I will take you to Albania. So I'll catch you then. See you later, and enjoy my personal Eurovision favorites by country. Bye bye. See you soon.